Morning, everybody. How many times have you felt like giving up? That this life is not meeting your expectations? That you've had enough? Whether it's the things that you've done or the things that's been done to you. I'm here to tell you that when you trust in the Lord, in God, Jesus Christ, it's not a fairy tale. It's not a feel-good story to help you get through the day. It's not a mental gymnastics coping mechanism. It's real. He's real. And his ability to provide for what you need and to turn your broken pieces into a masterpiece is absolutely real. One of the things that I do, or I try to do every day, is read from the book of Proverbs. Not that it's really relevant in terms of why I do it, but for a little backstory, Proverbs was, for the most part, written by former king of Israel, King Solomon. King Solomon, when he was first informed that he was going to become king, the very first thing he did is he sought God. He was young. He realized the weight of having to lead in an entire nation. And so he went to his God, the God, our God. And he asked him for wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge are very different. Knowledge is just facts. Anybody can learn facts, and anybody can regurgitate facts. And in the world we live in today, many people regurgitate opinions that they believe are facts. But wisdom is different. Wisdom only comes from God. Doesn't mean you have to believe in God to have wisdom, but it comes from him. Wisdom is like the perfect combination of intelligence, knowledge, emotion, maturity, and life experience. Being able to see things in the proper perspective. Knowledge would be knowing something, or knowing about something. Wisdom would be knowing the why. And one of the things that we all go through is learning. We should be learning in our life from our experiences, from the things that have been done to us, from the things we've done to others and to ourselves, and from the examples that we see in our life. That's how you mature. That's how you grow in wisdom. One of the wisest things one can do is to realize that we are not God. No matter how hard we try to be the one to provide all of our needs and those of our families and those that depend on us, we try to control situations and make changes in ourselves and in others. The fact of the matter is we are fallible, broken, imperfect, and we are not all powerful. And we have to realize that. But God is. The same being that literally spoke the world into existence by the mere power of his word, we now exist. And because of that, we can believe that he has the power to deal with whatever it is that we're struggling with today. Finding a job, finding a mate, a spouse, or maybe you have a spouse and just things aren't working out the way that you thought they would. I cannot promise you that everything will work out the way you want it to, when you want it to, how you want it to. But I can promise you, because God has promised, that when you trust in him, truly trust in him, not merely lip service, not some mental coping mechanism, not lying to yourself and saying you trust in him, but I'm going to do this, I'm going to take care of it, but I trust God will make it work out. No, when you truly humble yourself, realize your inability to provide for any, really, of your needs, when you humble yourself before him and you put your trust in God, and you don't look at life through your own perspective, because all of our experiences and the people in our life and the food, the mental food that feeds our minds, the media, the things that we allow in, these things warp and shape the way that we see life, and often can act as blinders, preventing us from really seeing life the way it is. So when we recognize that we don't have it all together, that we don't have the ability to get it all together, and that we don't understand it all, and we humble ourselves before God and we put our trust in him, we acknowledge that he is who he said he was, the God of all. He will guide us. He will put people in your life. He will speak to you through his word, through messages, in your heart. If you receive Jesus Christ as your Savior, his Spirit literally dwelling within you, guiding you from within. Doesn't mean things will be easy, but you can be confident that he will work it out, and you can have the one thing that anybody in a difficult situation is searching for: hope. Trust in him today. Allow him an opportunity to prove himself today, to prove that he is who he says he is. Acknowledge your inability to take care of yourself on your own, and let him show you just how magnificent and loving he really is. You will not be disappointed. God bless.